Hey everyone, it's Hazel West, indie author and book blogger. I'm back with the October reading wrap up of 2015. Um, so this month, I didn't get as many books read as I wanted to. I only read 8 this month, but I was editing 2 of my novels, so that was yeah, and I had to read those. Ugh, they're so long. That's the annoying part. So anyway, yeah, I only read 8, but I read some pretty good ones, so I will jump right into that. The first one I read was Full Moon, the second book in the Dresden Files series by Jim Butcher. This got 4 out of 5 stars. I love this series. It's so good. I don't know. Harry's definitely one of my new favorite characters. So, not much else I can say about this. Um, but I think I did like this one a little better than the first one. Just, I don't know. But, definitely looking forward to continuing this series. So, um, I'm hoping to do one a month, but it's probably not going to happen. But anyway, um, it's kind of like when I'm just tired of reading everything else. That's the I pick up the next book in the series. So kind of my recharge book. So yeah, 4 out of 5 stars for this one, and that was really good. After that, I picked up The Clone Army Attacketh, the well, part the second in the Shakespeare Star Wars trilogy by Ian Dozier. Always I always love these. It got 5 out of 5 stars. um, this was the one for Attack of the Clones, obviously. But yeah, they're always fun, and for a nice quick read between other books, I always like to pick them up. I'm actually really sad I only have one more to read, so yeah. After that, I picked up the Reformed Vampire Support Group by Catherine Jinks. This one, this one I gave 3 out of 5 stars. It was a fun book. It was a little different than what I was expecting. I'm always looking for like weird or quirky vampire books because so many of them are just like Twilight. Yeah, we'll get to that later. Um, but this one, it's not my favorite vampire book I've read. Um, it wasn't. I think I was a little disappointed because it wasn't as quirky or funny as I thought it was gonna be. Like it was kind of more. I don't know. But it wasn't a bad book, and it had some interesting characters, and I did enjoy it, but it wasn't. It's definitely not my favorite like modern day paranormal kind of normal society thing either. Although I did think like that the vampires, um, the explanation of the vampires and like what they were and how they lived was kind of interesting. Like it was more, definitely wasn't portrayed as like a fun thing at all. So I thought that was kind of interesting because usually it's like, oh yeah, it's kind of more like the gritty truth of being a vampire, which I did appreciate it for that reasons. Um, but yeah. After that, I read The Hollow Boy, the third book in the Lockwood and Co. trilogy, or not trilogy. There's going to be more books than this, but this one got 4 out of 5 stars. I really love this series. This one I really did like more than the second book. Even with the addition of another girl character who I wasn't sure I was gonna like, but I think it really, um, it was really Lucy's narration that kept me from, because she didn't like her either. So you feel more just like sorry for her than you do annoyed by the girl because she's annoyed, therefore you're annoyed. But it's kind of like funny. But yeah, I really love these books so much. And this one was actually really creepy. I think this was probably the creepiest one yet. Although that's kind of hard to say. But it creeped me out in some parts, and I don't creep out easy, so very, very good. Definitely a good Halloween read. And if you haven't read this series yet, pick it up because they're really good books. Jonathan Stroud is a very good writer. Okay, after that, I picked up Hold Me Closer, Necromancer by Lish McBride. This has been on my TBR for a very long time, but I finally picked it up from the library. I gave this one 3 out of 5 stars. I did enjoy it, and it was funny, and I liked the character. I liked Sam. I actually really liked his friend. What was his friend's name? I don't remember. I can't remember character names. But I did like his friend. He was cool. The villain was so cliche though. Like, oh my goodness. It was laughable, but he was evil, but he was also like majorly cliche. But it was kind of funny, and I think it was kind of supposed to be like that, so I was okay with it. But yeah, I liked this series, but the thing about it was that I just finished reading the first book in the Chronicles of Nick series, and it's very, very similar, and I kind of like those better. I don't know, but I do want to read the sequel to this, and I enjoyed it. It's kind of just like typical urban fantasy, so, and I always enjoy that. So, 3 out of 5 stars, but that's it. After that, I picked up The Final Descent, the last book in the Monstermologist series by Rick Yancey. This, I gave 3 out of 5 stars to. I did like how it ended. It was, I actually really like, I think that this book portrays some of the best writing style I've ever seen by Rick Yancey. I liked how he wrote it. And it's kind of a very, very dark, angsty book. And I liked that. I liked it because of that. The only complaint I have is like the very, very end, and if you've read it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I wasn't really happy with that, to be honest, so, well, yeah, but I am glad I finished the series, and I have enjoyed it so far. After that, I picked up The Creeping by Alexandra Sirowe. This book was amazing. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. This one was just as creepy and everything as I had hoped it would be. It's really weird because it's almost, there's like really good like crime book elements or whatever. Like, it's almost like a really, really creepy episode of Criminal Minds where you don't always know it is something supernatural, but it had a really neat open ending, and I definitely recommend this one. This is probably the only book I'm going to be writing a review for this month, just because I don't have time. So look out for my review, because I'll have more to say about it in that. But 4 out of 5 stars. After that, I did something really stupid this month, and I picked up the book that shall not be named. I'm going to show it to you for just a second. This one. The reason I read it is because I did read the original years ago just for review purposes, and that's why I read this one. I knew it was going to be 1 star, and it definitely is 1 star. And I just read it for the sake of writing a really snarky review about it. So you can definitely look forward to that. Just follow my blog or follow Goodreads, because, and I'll put the link here too. It's probably going to have to be on my blog because I don't know if Goodreads has enough space for me to write what I really thought about this book. So yeah, that's something for you guys to look forward to. So that was my October reading wrap up, and I'll be back with my book haul later. So I'll see you then. Bye.